Good evening. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Suburban Homesteader, Wyoming, Arizona. I am in my kitchen back in Wyoming. So I'm not in Wyoming. It's just a picture in my kitchen. And I thought, I'm going to put my kitchen up. That's right. But got some fun people in here tonight already. Steph girl. 1, 4, 3. That's right. That means I love you. And Blue is in tonight. So good morning to you, since it's morning where you are. And Dale is in. Hello, Ann. Trees is here with Unmanned Urban Homestead. And Mrs. Poison Ivy. What a fun name. Brazen Spirituality from Houston, Texas. Hello. And Steph is saying good evening. Well, it is a beautiful day in Arizona today. In fact, we were just outside just a little bit ago. It's still 75 degrees. It was fabulous. Steph says, I love your Wyoming kitchen. 143. If you don't know what 143 means, it means I love you. And the only thing different in my kitchen now is the cabinets. I actually painted a black enamel, and we did stuff to the ceiling. And so we did change it around a little bit. Teresa, hello. And Barb is here. Now, some of you guys were over at Lisa's at Yogihawa Farms, and I saw you over there, and she had a live before me. And so that's nice of you guys to pop on over too. But beautiful day in Yuma, Arizona. As you know, my sister was just here and her husband, and they just got back to Wyoming to the freezing cold. And my brother is supposed to leave tomorrow from South Dakota to come down here and spend a week with us too. So it's just like busy family. And my aunt and uncle are here from Oklahoma. And so it's a fun time. And Rebecca is here. Hey, Rebecca, how are you? And John, Unpaved Explorer. Good to see you again. Awesome. I think Joe is either going to pop in or he's going to be on his computer, one of the two. Oh, there he is right there.
Oh, there he is.
There he is right there. So, Joe, say hi for a second. And there's Joe.
Where's everybody at? They left, baby.
They did not. They're all right there on the chat.
Oh, I'm looking for him on there. Hi, everybody. Wish you were here.
Oh, and there's Lynn. Hi, Lynn. How are you?
Hi, Lynn.
How is Texas?
And
See, everybody's saying hi to you.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like these guys.
So funny.
Okay.
Oh, I guess he's leaving us. That was fast. Oh, man. Getting up and down, I tell you. So everybody said hi to you, Joe. Joe says hi back. I didn't know if I'd be able to be here tonight. YouTube keeps crashing on me. Happened twice already. Oh, no. Sometimes those things just happen. I think sometimes it's a combination between our internet services, because sometimes, why am I scrolling all the time? And other times, totally perfect. Just those things. Sorry, I didn't get back here in time, but hi, Joe. That's so nice of you, Rebecca. Teresa says that her internet crashes too. Yeah, it's just one of those crazy things. The other day, we turned on the TV, and we have just a flat screen. I don't know. It's not huge or anything, but it's big. And all through the pictures, it was just like purples, blues, green. It was all like staticky. And we tried all these different things. We looked on the internet. It said, try this, try this, try this. And Joe and I finally said, well, maybe we're going to have to get a new TV. But then we kind of resolved that we just wouldn't get a TV till next time we come down to Arizona, because, it's not that long. It's a month and a half before we go back home. And so we just decided we weren't going to do it. The next morning, Joe turned it on just to see the weather, because he figures he can just listen to the weather without looking at this crazy screen going all over the place. It worked perfectly fine. And it's worked perfectly fine since then. So I don't really know what the glitch was that was happening, but oh, Teresa says keeps freezing. Is everybody else okay with seeing me and hearing me? Just let me know in the chat. And I got to watch part of Lisa's at Yogihala Farms. If you don't know her, we are friends. She lives in South Dakota, not too far from where my parents live in the summertime. And so we've become friends, and I was so happy that I got to just catch part of her live. So that was fun. And I got to say hi to a bunch of people. Oh, Lynn says that hers isn't freezing. Okay, awesome. And Blue says it's okay. Raising Spirituality says your scream is perfect here. Okay, you just never know. Sometimes it's just the internet. Who knows? Just a million things can happen. And Anne says it's okay on her end too. So, but I have watched, and all of a sudden, it's scrolling, it's crashing. It just happens sometimes. So I made myself a cup of tea. Tonight I'm drinking what they call Lady Grey. It's like Earl Grey, only it's Lady Grey, and the flavor is a little bit more citrusy, but it's really good. And though it does have some caffeine, it's not as strong a caffeine as others, because sometimes caffeine can, I'll be awake till 3, 4 in the morning. So I grafted a few more apple trees today, and the video's up on me grafting some. I have rootstock, apple rootstock, and then scions, which are last year's growth on apple trees. And I graft them together, and I make an apple tree. It's fabulous. Make an apple tree. Oh, Blue says Lady Grey is awesome and my favorite. I have really liked it. I never tried it till we came down to Arizona. And I was at one of the stores, and it was actually on sale. And it was just like fabulous. And so I drink it almost every single day now. And Blue, Steph is asking you a question. And I know that Blue lives in the UK. And so it is early morning for her. And her husband gets up very early in the morning. So a lot of times she can catch my late live. And so I just always appreciate it. Oh, and Steph likes Lady Grey too. See, I don't know why I never heard of it before. Earl Grey, though I like bergamot tea, a lot of times Earl Grey is made from plant that is not actually bergamot anymore. They use a plant that's a little bit less expensive. I think it's changed the taste a little bit, and I just don't care for it. I'm trying to move my computer a little bit because my glasses are reflecting the computer screen. Blue says it is 4 a.m. and he's already gone to work. Ah, that's early. early, I tell ya. But then he would get home early too. So that's always a benefit when you go to work early, unless you have 12-hour shifts, and then it's a long day. But I've been doing my apple trees, and the reason I do apple trees is because I want apple trees that I can't buy at the nursery, and I can't buy at the box stores. Steph says, I have bergamot essential oil, and it's heavenly. It is. And I have grown bergamot many, many times in my gardens. Bergamot is actually like bee balm. It's a certain kind of bee balm, and so it's kind of fun to grow because the flowers are just funky and crazy and colorful, and I just like it. He does today, but during the week, he has 16-hour days. Oh my gosh. That is crazy. I was talking to my son, Steven, tonight because it is his birthday today. And he's 38 today. Is that right? Yes, 38 today. And, John's got a question first. Does drinking broth before bedtime keep you hydrated through the night and helps you get a better night's rest? Well, anything that you drink before you go to bed keeps you more hydrated. I do like drinking beef broth. Um, though Joe and I have read some articles lately that the best thing to drink before you go to bed is ice cold water. And it's supposed to keep you very hydrated. Um, it's supposed to help your sleep. It's supposed to help your metabolism. And so Joe's been drinking cold glasses of water before he goes to bed each night. And so we'll see how that goes. Lynn, thank you. I was talking to him and I asked him and his wife are going to Norway this summer. He has a friend that lives over there. And I was asking him how long it takes to get over there, which is basically about a day to get over there. Um, depending on your layover. And he said that the craziest experience he ever had with flying was that he was in Hawaii. He flew to Europe, which, there's time change after time change. And so you're adding a day. But when you come back, you're basically, even though it took you that long to fly back, you're flying back on the same day. And he said when it ended up that he basically flew back at the same time as he started. Like there was no time passage. And so he said that he had snow skied before he left on the airplane. And when he got back to Hawaii, he surfed all on the same day. And he says, probably not very many people can say that. And I said, probably they can't. Oh, Blue's husband delivers medication to pharmacies. See, I didn't know what he did. That is an important job. Lynn says she can't drink anything too close to bed because then she's up using the restroom. I guess the cold water is supposed to do something. So that's, I don't know. You might have to try ice cold water just a little bit and see if it still has that happen. I mean, I get up in the night usually anyway. Not always, but a lot of times I do. And I really, the last month I haven't slept well at all. And, even when you sleep, you have weird dreams and it's just like, But I have decided that things are good and God is good always. And I am just believing for restful sleep from now on and my days to go smooth and it to be easier. And so I'm just believing that. And I got to read you this. This has become my mantra. And Steph, thank you for these little cards. She sent a whole packet of these little cards. But this one I have taken to heart. And it says, now it's a God thing. So if that bothers you, sorry, too bad. It's my live stream. And I've taken this to heart. Now it says, those who are planted in the house of the Lord shall flourish in the courts of God, and they shall bear fruit in old age. In old age. They shall be fresh and flourishing. And this is what I've taken to heart. I have it with my magnet. Look at this this fused glass magnet. Is that fun or what? It's got a magnet on the back. So that is on my filing cabinet right next to my desk. And I've just decided that, I've never really believed in being retired. Though Joe and I are quote unquote retired. I am still teaching classes. I'm doing YouTube. I'm selling my art. I'm not really retired, and I don't want to be. But I read that over and over again, and it's like that I'm supposed to flourish even in my old age. And so I've taken that to heart. And that's what I'm going to do. Colonel Sanders never even started making Kentucky Fried Chicken until he was in his 60s. And there's lots and lots of stories about people that changed the world. And they didn't do it until they were over 65. And I thought, that is fabulous. When I get up in the middle of the night, my kitten thinks it's time to play. So I have to put her out of the bedroom because they're nocturnal and they don't know they're supposed to be sleeping then. They want to sleep all during the daytime. Steph, it is a lovely verse, and I so appreciate it. And Steph, the book that you sent me, of course, it's like 365 days. You read one page each day. And so I had to go back and I read the whole month of March. And so tonight I'm going to read a whole bunch of February besides my day. So Steph, I appreciate it. I loved it. And it really helped me actually, Steph. So I really appreciate it. Nightbot is going to pop up different members' channels. So I just want you to know, please check them out. And Steph says, I have hope then to change the world. That's right. We're just going to have an elderly revolution. We're going to change the world. You know, you change yourself, you change the world because it's butterfly effect. And you inspire somebody else, they inspire you. It just keeps going. And before you know it, it gets to be a better place. I have seen that in our village. The changes from when we first came down here. There had been a lot of me. You know, you'd think they were 12 years old. And over the last 2.5 years that we've come down in the wintertime, I have seen it change and change and change. And in fact, this year especially. And it's just like, oh yeah, hearts are changing, minds are changing, and it's good. See? Be nice. That's what I say. Be nice. So back to my apple trees because I'm so excited. I love grafting apple trees. So I have all these crazy ones. So I got my little book. You know, me into lists and books. And there are just like so many apples you've never even heard of. And we talked about this last week, 17,000 in North America. And some of them are really long, the scions that I got. So those ones I cut in half. So I get twice as many trees. And I am still waiting for my red fleshed apples. I mean, I do have a few that I've grafted, but I have this one order coming in, but they don't want to ship because of all the storms, and they don't want them frozen when they're getting shipped here. And so I can understand that. I talked to them the other day on Tuesday, and he said that he's just leery of mailing, and then it gets partway here and a snowstorm comes through and everything in the truck is frozen, and then the scions die. And so I can understand his hesitation with that. But red flesh apples, what that means is, you know, most of them are still red on the outside, but the actual part that you're eating, you know, the inside, it's red, or it's striped red, or it's pink and red. And I really like those. Now, John's asking, you making any special St. Patrick's dishes? Actually, I am. In fact, I was at the store today buying it. So I am making corned beef, and I bought the brisket pieces because you can either buy a round, which is really just flat, you know, or you can buy what they call a brisket, which is flat, but it's a brisket. It's a little bit different piece. And I got the potatoes. We're going to have cabbage with it. I'm making lime green jello, and I want to put pears in it because it's St. Patrick's Day. Now, I haven't decided on the dessert yet. Now, I could just dye the white cake green. And I'm kind of thinking that I'm going to make a pistachio, because that's green, pistachio cake for St. Patrick's Day, because then it would still have green in it. And I just think it'd be kind of fun. And I love corned beef. Now, I know it has a lot of salt, but you're only eating it, really. Most people only eat corned beef around St. Patrick's Day. So really, I'm okay with it. I know it has the salt, the spice, you know, but I'm okay with it. And, oh, look at here. Leanne has come in. And Leanne, congratulations. She went over 10,000 subscribers. That is awesome. It is yum. Ann says it's yum too. And Ann says, Jello is dessert. Well, it is dessert, but I'm going to make it into a salad because I'm putting pears in it. And so I could put some kiwis in there. Though kiwis and pineapple and a few other fruits, when you put them in Jello, you have to remember to put less water in, or sometimes the Jello won't set as hard as it would otherwise. So it's just one of those things. Lynn says pistachio cake sounds delicious. My daughter Angie loves pistachio pudding. And I'm thinking if I made a pistachio cake and I could either make a white frosting or I could just put pistachio pudding on top of it, put it in the fridge, and then slice it just before we eat. And that could be really good too. You know, some homemade buns or some breads. So it'll be good St. Patrick's Day dinner. Joe and I are actually going to a luau on Sunday. That's right, a luau. And I'm not wearing coconuts and a grass skirt though. But there are some ladies that are coming that are. I'm not really brave enough to wear that. But it'll be funny. And they are actually doing, you know, the little rubber ducks, you know, you can order them on Amazon and they come in a whole bunch of colors, not just the yellow, right? And so those are going in the swimming pool. And they have to take a fishing pole that has this ring on it, and you have to reel yourself in a duck, and they have different numbers on the bottom of the ducks, and you can win prizes. It'll be so much fun. So that will be a fun luau. And you're supposed to get the flower lays when you go, and I just think it'll be fun. You know, totally fun. Steph says, I would love to see the Sandi. I'm not putting the coconuts on and the grass skirt. I'm not doing it. But the men will probably wear Hawaiian shirts. And Joe has one that could pass for a Hawaiian shirt. And so it should be fun. Blue says, pineapple needs to be cooked in syrup before you put it in jelly. Will that work with Jello too if I cook the pineapple a little bit? I mean, I'm putting pears this time, but I have made Jello with pineapple before, and sometimes the first day or two it's really good, but then it really gets watery from the pineapple. I suppose it's releasing more juices, and so kiwi and a few different things they say, you know, if you're putting too many of it, it can make the Jello not as hard. So you call it Jello. Oh, they call it jelly because Blue is in the UK. So I will try that next time I put pineapple in my Jello to fix that, because I do like pineapple in Jello. I like Jello, period, you know. You were so cute. Will your folks be going to the luau? They are. And my brother and his wife and my niece and her boyfriend, who will be down here this weekend, are going to the luau too. So it's just going to be so fun. And though they are having pulled pork, and you guys know I don't eat pork at all, but there'll be all kinds of salads and, you know, different things. So it'll be fine. It'll be fun anyway. You know, it doesn't really matter when we go places and people are serving pork. There's always enough food. It doesn't make any difference. And so sometimes people know I don't eat pork, but other times they don't. And so I just don't take the pork. It's not a big deal. It's the enzymes in the pineapples that break down the gelatin as they are flesh eating bacteria in your Jello. I'm only kidding. Which is why if you eat too much fresh pineapple, your mouth starts to bleed. I have never had that happen. And I love fresh pineapple. That is interesting. I wonder how much fresh pineapple you have to eat before your mouth starts to bleed. That would be scary. Blue knows stuff. I tell you. You should check out her channel. She knows stuff. It's awesome. But tomorrow is a busy day. Okay, so we're going to pick oranges and grapefruits off of some friends of ours' trees, because they have bigger trees, and they have a grapefruit, and I'm going to see if I can get some scions from it, that I can graft onto my citrus, because they said that their grapefruits are so sweet that you can literally just peel them and eat them. And so I'm totally excited about that. Oh, Leanne says fresh pineapple is great for a sinus infection. That is good to know, because that happens to people during the year. So that is good to know. Oh, and Wayne is here. Nothing better than jiggly jello, orange jello. Oh, I like orange jello. Actually, I like any kind of jello. Fresh jello, yummy with almond whipped cream. And Alpine Gulch is here. Are you going to make lace? They have them, I guess. Though we do have bougainvilleas that are in flower right now. So we could make our own. In fact, Ellie, who lives right behind me, has a huge bougainvillea bush. And I could ask her. She'd probably let me do it. And I could just make it. That is a great idea. I'm gonna do that tomorrow. My son ate 3/4 of a big one, and all of a sudden it was like someone smacked him in the face. It happens quickly. He didn't do that again. I am sure he did not. Anne says that she's recently had freeze-dried fresh pineapple. I eat freeze-dried fresh pineapple lots of times. It is so amazing. I mean, seriously amazing. But I like freeze-dried a lot of things. And or dehydrated too. I like that too. Is there a right way to cut a fresh pineapple? Well, they have the machines that will, you can put it down and it takes the core out. It kind of slices the pineapple, but all pineapples are different sizes. So what I usually do is I take a really sharp knife and I just peel it down, turn it, peel it down, turn it, peel it down. If you want to grow a pineapple from that, before you do anything, you're just going to take it, and if you're strong enough, you can just twist and rip that top part off and then pull off some of the bottom leaves. You can start it in water, you can start it in dirt, or you can start it in a hydroponics. And in fact, I have one that I started in water and it's growing outside right now. Oh, Blue's got to run. Have a great day. Got to go get ready for Tony's live, because Tony at Kettle Kitchen is having a live after me. And Jeannie is here. Hey, Jeannie, how are ya? And I hope I did not miss anybody. I'm just scrolling through there. Everybody say, WG Glock and Roll. Hello, how are ya? And Wayne says, my mother, when I was a child, had a dozen fancy, unique Jello molds hanging on her kitchen wall. I think that was a thing because both my mom did that and my grandmother. And I have to honestly say, when I was in my 20s and 30s, I had the same thing on my walls. And I wish I still had those molds, and I don't have them anymore. And they're hard to find now. But I seriously, Alpine Gulch says, me too. See, it was popular. But I just love, there was this one that was kind of round and had ridges and had little dots on the bottom, like you could put half a cherry in there. I loved that one. And there was the ones with the rings, and my mom had this fish one. Yeah, and I inherited a lot of those, and so then I had them for a long time. And I don't know if I gave them to somebody or what. I just don't have them anymore. Teresa says it's not any better. I must have missed something. I have some Jello molds, and I haven't used them. They're fun to do, and and then when you want to take the Jello out, you just put it in some, the container in some warm water a little bit. It loosens it up a little bit, and then you just take it out, dry that off, flip it over onto a plate, and it's just beautiful. My mom was really a great, actually my grandmother too, her mom, really loved Jello salads that they would add things to them. Like they would make this layered salad that was all into the Jello, and it would have peas and lettuce and little tiny slices of carrots and cucumbers. It was fabulous, actually. I haven't thought about those ones for a long time, but I like making Jello. I like making Jello in all kinds of layers, and I do have to tell you that when I was younger, I didn't really like Jello, and I don't know why. I liked it when I was really little, and then I didn't like it for a while, and then I love it now. Oh, Teresa's talking about her internet. Yeah. Oh, and Charmaine is here. Hi, Charmaine. How are you? Did your necklace come in the mail? Charmaine had won a necklace from me. I mailed it to her. And Steph in here had one too. And so I hope that both of them got to you already. You can just never tell how long it's going to take in the post office, to get someplace. Where like when I ordered something from Amazon in Wyoming, it used to be that I could get a lot of things in the 2-day Prime thing. And then pretty soon it was 3 days. And then it was 3 or 4 days. But I think it was just the whole logistics of everything. But there are so many things when you live here in Yuma, because Amazon has things in warehouses in California. And I think they have one in Phoenix or by Phoenix someplace. And I get it the next day. And so, in fact, at lunchtime today, I ordered something. And before we left, it said it shipped and it's supposed to be here tomorrow. It's just like craziness. Oh, so Charmaine has not got it yet. So maybe tomorrow. I just mailed it at the regular post office. I didn't do overnight or express or anything. It was just in the envelope. And so I'm sure you'll probably get it tomorrow, Monday at the latest. Otherwise, I will give you the tracking number and I will track it myself too. If you eat a big meal, feel too full, eat some Jello. It has never failed to make me feel better. That is good to know. Barb, we are in Yuma, Arizona. So it's the west southern corner of Arizona. In fact, my post office box is in California because I go 8 minutes. It takes me from my house to the little post office in California, 8 minutes. I just go over the Colorado River and I'm in California. Actually, halfway across the bridge, I'm in California. And so it's very close. And that post office is really small. And so it makes it just so much easier instead of going to Yuma's post office, which is huge. And you stand in line every single time I've been in there. I've been back at least 20 people before I get to the tellers. Oh, you are welcome. Thanks for sending me the stackable planters. Not sure what to plant in them yet. Right now I have some succulents in and cacti, little teeny cactus. And in the other one have radishes growing because I like radishes. Joe doesn't. And so I don't really have to plant very many. And it looks real cute because I think I have that one stacked 4 high. And the leaves are getting bigger all the time. So one of these days I'm going to have radishes. So that will be fabulous. But everybody, it is past my half hour. At the top of the hour, Tony at Kettle Kitchen will be on. And so make sure you stop over there if you are still up and see what's happening at Kettle Kitchen. He's always got something brewing. And I appreciate you guys stopping in. Make sure you do a thumbs up because that always helps. And I appreciate that. Steph, if you're still in, 1, 4, 3. And that's what I say to all of you guys. 1, 4, 3. I love you. So they are like miniature planters. I know they are. They're just like, they're like my stackables that are big, but they're little tiny things. And I just love them. I will tell Joe hello and good night. Everybody have a great weekend. I will let you know how the luau goes on Monday nights live at 6 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. And actually, I take that back. Arizona does not change time, right? So my 6 o'clock, which is 6 o'clock Mountain Standard Time today, on Monday will be Pacific time. So it actually won't be until 7 o'clock. Oh, I might have to change that because, oh no, because I won't change that because I was going to think that I would be interrupting the vineyard chicks, but their time will change too. It's weird when Arizona doesn't change. I think it's Arizona and Alaska that don't change. So sometimes I'm Mountain Standard Time and sometimes I am Pacific Time. And so with the time change, I will be Pacific Time. And so I scheduled my Monday night at 7 o'clock, but which I really should. I don't know. I already scheduled it. I'm going to keep it and then we'll see what happens. It's always so confusing when I start to change when we change that time. But everybody have a great day. Thanks for stopping in. I love you guys and I hope you have a good week.